12s. Today we are doing simultaneous equations. Let's look at the question. It says you have to determine A and D and the first three terms of an arithmetic sequence. And this is the information they give you. They say the fifth term is equal to 12 and the 14th term is equal to negative 33. So I'm going to use this information and this information to set up two equations for me. So I'm going to start by saying T5 is equal to 12. Then I write the general term down from my formula page. And wherever there's an n, I'm going to replace it with 5. So T5 is equal to A plus 5 minus 1D. Then I'm going to simplify. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 times D is 4D. And then I'm going to look at this T5 and I'm going to go back. But T5 is equal to 12. So I'm replacing the T5 with 12. And I call this equation number 1. Now I'm going to do the same for this part of the information. Here it says T14 is equal to negative 33. So what's the second step that I do? I write the general term down from my formula page. Okay, and then wherever there's an n, I'm going to write 14. So T14 is equal to A plus 14 minus 1D. T14 is equal to A plus, this is 13. 13 times D is 13D. And then this whole T14 is in fact negative 33. So negative 33 is equal to A plus 13D. And I call this equation number 2. Grade 12 in maths, whenever you have two equations with two variables, we use simultaneous equations. With this simultaneous equation, I'm going to use the method of elimination. So I'm going to say, I'm going to take equation 2 and minus equation 1. So I'm going to take equation 2. Let me write it down for you. So this is our equation 2. Then I'm going to minus equation 1, which is 12, A plus 4D. And I just subtract. So I'm going to say minus 12 is negative 45. Then A minus A cancels. 13 minus 4 gives me 9D. And to get D by itself, I divide both sides by 9. So I get my D to be negative 5. So I have solved for D. Now I still need to solve for A. To solve for A, I'm going to sub D into any one of my equations. So I'm going to sub D is equal to negative 5 into, so I'm just going to choose equation 1. And I'm going to write equation 1 down. This is equation 1. And wherever there's a D, I'm now going to write negative 5. So 12 is equal to A. This times this, negative 20. A is equal to 12 plus 20. So A is 32. Okay, so the question was determine A and D. So we've done that. We have A and D. And they wanted the first three terms. Just remember grade 12, A is the first term. So in our sequence will start with 32. Then we're going to add the constant difference. Now our constant difference is minus 5. So I'm going to say, what's 32 minus 5? 27. What's 27 minus 5? 22. And there I have my sequence. So to get from term 1 to term 2, I minus 5. From term 2 to term 3, I minus 5. And there you have the sequence, and they can ask you any other question about the sequence.